Hello everyone, my name is Cássia, and together with my friends Arthur Carneiro, Edgar Sgroy, Rafael Galdino, and Victor Falseta, we created Formworks. Formworks is an open source framework whose objective is to facilitate the creation of forms for the iOS platform. Inspired by server-driven UI, Formworks is responsible for showing the users a form built just through a JSON file. A developer inputs with the necessary information, such as whether or not a question is required and how each answer can be validated. All of this is possible just with the addition of a Swift package directly in Xcode. Easy to use and implement. That's how we can describe our framework. Let's take a closer look at how a developer can use Formworks. Falseta, it's up to you.
Hi, I'm Victor, and I will show you that using Formworks and creating your own form for your app is very simple. The first thing you want to do is create your JSON file that will be used as the basis for the creation of your own form. Writing it is as simple as creating a text, thanks to the way we designed the JSON structure for Formworks. In it, as you can see, you can specify the content of your form, such as giving a title, an ID, and, if you want it, you can specify its color style too. The same can be done for the fields of your form, where you specify the type of the field and its contents, such as their description and if they are required or not. When you are done with your JSON, you just need to add a few lines of code to create the form. You first get your JSON through a data type variable, and then you create an instance of the class FW configuration where you initialize it with the data and style of your form. Finally, you just create an instance of the FW form view controller, initializing it with the configuration you just created. Now, all you just need to do is present your form view controller that you just created as you see fit. And here it is how the form should look like on your iPhone with just these few lines of code. And the best thing is, even with the form already inside your app, you can change it, making alterations in your JSON. You can write your content to another language, add a whole new field to it, or even change the color scheme for your form. As you have seen, using Formworks is simple, quick, and efficient. I can't wait for you to try it out later.
Thanks, Victor. Hello, my name is Rafael, and I would like to continue this presentation by exploring another angle of our solution. We've just seen how the form works, but how to work with it. We hosted the package on GitHub under the MIT license, so Formworks is available for everyone to use however they see fit. Getting the framework is easy, but it's only half the battle. Learning how it works is another half. That's why one of our main aims was striving to make the framework as easy to learn and use as possible. We focused on making the README of our project clear and concise, bringing all the necessary information on how to use Formworks on the very first page of the repository. Here, you will find all the necessary information to build, run, and customize your forms, alongside with some helpful examples. If there are any more doubts, at the end of the page, you can also access a link to our documentation, which is hosted on GitHub pages and constantly updated through Jazzy, a framework that builds knowledge bases directly from comments in our code. Now, to answer to some questions on how we achieved these results, I'd like to call Arthur Carneiro to explain to us how it was made.
Thanks, Galdino. Everything you've seen so far would not have been possible without a few key tools. Like GitHub's issues, we made use of this amazing feature to better organize our development and to keep track of work to be done. GitHub also helped us to make sure our work was going in the right direction by offering the option to review changes before accepting them. This particular feature was most definitely enhanced by our use of a code review template used by Apple's SwiftNeo open source project, in which developers have to specify the reason why a change is being made and how it affects the code base. However, sometimes a template is not enough, so we made sure to discuss any changes to the code base in the pull request whenever possible. When talking about maintaining and updating a project, we could not forget to talk about our CI pipeline. Not only did we make use of GitHub Actions to run automated tests in our desired Swift linked settings, but we also added an action to generate documentation automatically using Jazz, just like Galdino said. But why go through all of the trouble of adopting a code review template or implementing automated tests? Well, I'd like to call Edgar to tell you a little bit about the reason why.
Thanks, Arthur. After we talk about all the important topics about Formworks, we cannot forget to talk about our motivation to develop it. The motivation is the simple fact that we want to become great developers and increase our chances in the job market. Well, it's a simple reason, but when we look at big companies made up of big teams composed by great developers, we can see how great developers looks like. We use developers in teams like GitLab, Apple, ThoughtWorks, and many others as references and base to grow and reach a new level. In addition, we use events and channels such as Cocoa Heads, WWDC, and Hacker News to keep us updated. Not only did we look at the market, but we also had conversations with other developers to understand how daily life in job market is and figure what are the most valuable skills and how to acquire them. With that in mind, we were able to look at what has already been presented and understand that besides the Formworks itself, the entire process of developing it contributed to our goal. This motivation and all the experience gained during the challenge were used in the development process of Formworks and of our own skills. Finally, you can check the Formworks and each member of the development team through these QR codes. We appreciate your attention and we would love to hear your feedback. Thank you.